Jennifer lived in a small, peaceful village with her family. The village was surrounded by lush green fields, a place of serenity, but behind it lay a vast, dark forest. This forest was the source of many rumors among the villagers. Parents would always warn their children, never go into the forest. The forest comes alive after sunset, but Jennifer was a curious and brave girl. One day, she decided to explore the forest's depths without telling her family. As the sun slowly began to set, Jennifer approached the edge of the forest. The trees cast long, eerie shadows on the ground, and the last rays of sunlight flickered between the branches. A slight shiver ran down Jennifer's spine, but she brushed it off, determined to continue. The forest was quiet to quiet. There wasn't the usual sound of rustling leaves or the wind whistling through the trees. All she could hear was the soft crunch of her own footsteps. As the darkness fully set in, Jennifer realized she was lost. The markers she had left, small stones and broken branches, were no longer visible. The trees, towering over her, seemed to close in, becoming more menacing with every passing moment. Just then, she heard a distant, whispering sound. It was faint at first, like a murmur carried by the wind, but soon the whispers became clearer. Jennifer froze in place, dread creeping into her heart. She knew something was out there, watching her, but she couldn't see it. Squinting into the shadows, she caught a glimpse of movement, a shadow gliding between the trees. Without realizing, she started following it, something pulling her deeper into the forest. With every step, the whispers grew louder, more insistent. Jennifer, they called her name, echoing through the trees. The air around her grew thick, heavy with an unshakable presence. The trees began to shift, their trunks twisting, branches stretching out like long, bony fingers. Jennifer's breath quickened. The shadows were no longer just shadows. Sinister entities seemed to form from the darkness, their eyes gleaming as they stared at her. She started running, but every direction felt the same, endless and disorienting. The whispers filled her head. The trees seemed to mock her with twisted, grinning faces. She screamed, but the forest swallowed her voice. As she ran, her foot caught on a root, sending her crashing to the ground. Panting heavily, her body shaking, she struggled to get up. Just then, a low, chilling sound broke the silence, a howl. It wasn't far away, it was right behind her. Jennifer slowly turned her head and saw them. Massive wolves emerging from the shadows, their glowing red eyes fixed on her. Her heart pounded wildly, but her legs refused to move. The wolves drew closer, their sharp teeth glinting in the dim light. Jennifer's scream pierced the air as they closed in, but soon the forest grew silent once more. The next morning, Jennifer's family found her bed empty. Panicked, they rushed into the village, gathering the townsfolk to search the forest. But no one could find Jennifer. No one dared venture too deep into the woods. All they found was a single clue. Near the edge of a small pond within the forest, Jennifer's shoe, abandoned on the shore. What happened to Jennifer remained a mystery. Some believed the wolves had taken her. Others whispered that the forest's cursed spirits had claimed her. From that day on, fear of the forest grew even stronger. At night, the villagers would hear the faint, eerie whispers carried by the wind, and Jennifer's name would sometimes be among them, just another voice lost in the darkness.